What's up, J Fusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, I want to make another Kamen Rider Saber related video because this is going to be another character review, and this time, let's talk about Master Logos himself. So, before we continue on, I would like to place major spoiler alerts, well, at least for everything that I'm going to say, because everything this is going to be kind of like we can say the definitive in-depth character discussion on Master Logo. So again, major spoiler ahead. And as always, these videos are not intended for viewers under the age of 13, so please be advised. Okay, so we recently just learned the full name and age of Master Logos. Now, he did reveal earlier that his name is Isaac, or how Japanese people would pronounce it, Isaac. And one of the writers for, or one of the writers, not writers, one of the writers for Kamen Rider Saber, Keiichi Hasegawa, tweeted uh, Isaac's full name and age, which is Kanda Isaac, or if you want to westernize the uh, arrangement, which is Isaac Kanda, and he is 1,028 years old. Yes, he's been alive for more than 1,000 years. Let that sink in. However, because of his age, we do know that he is not the original Master Logos who founded the Sword of Logos. It could be his ancestor because that person lived 2,000 years ago. And he did say that he came from a long line of protectors, guardians. Probably he is the descendant of the original Master Logos, but again, given how long they've lived, I'm not sure how long the original Master Logos lived after he was able to find Wonderworld with other people, including the Megito and Tassel. So, yeah, he has lived for that long, so which is actually already an impressive feat in and of itself. So, uh, we only knew Master Logos as a hooded figure before when he was introduced. So, uh, again, he is the current leader of the Sword of Logos. However, when he decided to go, bat crap insane, yeah, he just decided that he doesn't need the organization anymore and proclaimed himself as God eventually. So, what led to these events? How come uh, the supposed leader of the organization turns out to be the one who betrays them instead? In fact, this was kind of hinted before. So, when, for example, Rintaro reports to Master Logos that the Shindais, or specifically Reika, is the traitor within the Sword of Logos, he didn't know that Master Logos himself was the traitor. So, yeah, it was a twist that nobody saw coming. So, anyways, going back to his origins. Now, again, uh, having lived 1,000 years, we really don't know his actual backstory. Rather than he just claims, or I guess he just states that he is uh, from a long line of guardians and protectors, and again, most likely he is a descendant of the original Master Logos. And Yuri himself could attest to this because he knew that Master Logos, there have been different Master Logos before him. Even, in the span of 2,000 years, probably. So that's kind of what happened. But yeah, he's definitely not the first. And who knows, he's not going to be the last. Probably a new Master Logos could replace him and make the organization better from within, hopefully. So yeah, he came from this line of protectors tasked with keeping the balance of both the human world and the wonder world. However, within such a long time, thousands of years, at least a couple thousand years have passed, and nothing really ever changed according to him. There's still conflict, even though relatively nowadays we live peacefully. Again, yes, there's still conflict in the world right now, I know, but again, probably the world more than 1,000 years ago was plagued by a lot of war. And if you look at our history, yes, there have been so many conflicts, there's been so much chaos. So, but again, compared to that, our current time is, well, at least thankfully, relatively more peaceful, but we do see the threats looming around the corner. But the change, came about because he did not see, his predecessors take any direct action. Like, Isaac actually wanted to see the world being guided. So probably this caused him to crave for more power, even though technically he's powerful. I mean, we do see him use like supernatural abilities. He can create energy blasts. He himself is a trained swordsman, and yeah, he basically has the power to, do whatever he wants, but he wants to make sure that nobody is going to be able to stop him. So probably 15 years before the start of Kamen Rider Saber, he revived all of the defeated Megiddo, including the three generals that we see. So Storius, Zuos, and Legiel. Yeah, I do believe that they've been defeated before by, you know, other swordsmen of Logos, and they were sealed. But in order to create the chaos needed, in order to justify his uh, bid for power, Isaac had orchestrated that chaos, most likely. So, yeah, uh, it resulted in the deaths of a few swordsmen, such as the previous Kenzan, the previous Espada, Blades, even the death of Kento's father, of course, the previous Caliber, and even the perceived betrayal of Daichi Kamijo, the previous Kamen Rider Saber. So, yeah, everything went downhill on that day. And again, this is what Master Logos is trying to take advantage of in order to, you know, uh, unleash, or at least probably obtain the power that he needs. So we do know that Luna is a key figure in the story, and I will try to dedicate a video talking about her, and of course, now at least on Luna's part, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but definitely, Master Logos needed Luna in order to achieve his plans. So this occurred when he was able to obtain her, or uh, when Touma was able to, how do you say, like, free her from the dimensional void, from where she was stuck, like 15 years prior. So again, with the help of the Shindai siblings, uh, Master Logos, aka Isaac, took Luna and basically all of the other Wonder Ride books and even the Sacred Swords. So he wanted to basically gain unlimited power, and become a literal god. Although again, being he is already a powerful being, basically, but like I've said earlier, he just wanted to make sure that nobody's going to able to stop him, and it kind of proved true because Touma was the one who was able to stop him. However, even if he didn't achieve, his actual goal of completing the book of omnipotence, at least he was able to create a brand new Wonder Ride book called the Omniforce. Again, this is not the completed version of the book of omnipotence. How yet, it was a very powerful book that it was the next best thing we can say. So, with the help of the Omniforce, uh, Isaac was able to transform into Kamen Rider Solomon. So, we do see a lot of recycled aspects of costumes, suits from other riders incorporated into the Solomon suit because, well, technically the Omniforce is quite an amalgamation of all the other Wonder Ride books, and despite not having his own sword, the Omniforce allows Isaac to summon the Kalad Bowl, which is a recolored version of the King Excalibur, and with that, he was able to also summon actually even multiple copies of King of Arthur. So, yeah, it was definitely an impressive feat. It's definitely very powerful. However, as Thomas states, the power of the Omniforce is a power of destruction, and with Touma at that point, now as Cross Saber, he says he has the power of creation, which is basically able to counter the destruction that the Omniforce has caused. So again, it it does show how incomplete his powers are, and with that, so of course, with that new power. Uh, Isaac also attempted to obtain the cross saber for himself, and well, we only know how successful he could be, right? So yeah, his plans are foiled by Toma, Kento, and Rintaro. So he's basically defeated, and yeah, so he met his end. So I'm not gonna say how, but for someone who wanted to reach the stars, to reach the heavens and become a god, he died in probably the most pathetic way possible. And it was fittingly epic. It was simple. It was, like the lowest of lows of point, it was the lowest of low for him, but yeah, like when you see that episode, you will say like, yeah, he deserved it. So again, I would just like to actually give a big round of applause. Keisuke Soma really did a really good job. Uh, Portraying this power hungry god wannabe, and we do know, however, that Dan Koroto is still the best god out there. So, anyways, like Master Logos, so his portrayal was so good. Like, he's definitely like the guy that you wanted to hate, especially in the later parts of his story arc. So, uh, you know, the more he craves for power, the crazier he gets, and of course, we do see it play out masterfully. So, very good job. So, yeah, kudos to the writers for writing his story arc very well. However, of course, this is not the end of the story yet. We do know that there's going to be one more major threat, and we could talk about him some other time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think of Master Logos as a character? So do you like him? Do you hate him? Or uh do you like him as a villain, or do you hate him because he was so effective at being a bad guy? Again, villains are meant to be hated, I guess. Or do you hate him because he just sucks? Like, do you think he was a bad character, not bad in an evil way, but bad as in like poorly written? But for me, I think Master Logos, aka Isaac, was written very, very well. So yeah, please let me know down in the comments. So anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JE Fusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!